All right, and here we are today, listeners. Is two mics up, back again, brand new episode. I think we all are really looking forward to having this discussion. Before we got on today, we were just sharing some concerns off air, and I'm just going to go ahead and pass it to the co-host because I know she had mentioned some things that we are all feeling. So, Leaf, you want to go ahead and share your concerns and thoughts as we
Yes.
spring forward?
Well, when it comes to this arena, well, first let me say hello, everyone. Hello, listeners. God woke us up today, so we're here and we're blessed. But yes, this particular episode is going to be great because everyone can identify at this time. I mean, we all go through the ups and downs of, weight loss and fluctualities and things like that. And especially women, not to exclude the men.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a little different this year because of COVID, the
Yeah.
shutdown,
Yeah.
the emotional eating, the nervous eating,
All that. Check,
yeah,
check.
yeah, eating and drinking, and just trying to calm ourselves during the shutdown and during COVID and so many lives lost. So this weight loss season, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
is a little different. So
Right.
yes, I'm ready for this for this
Yeah.
episode and more.
Yes.
But
Well, without further ado, we have, here in the Woodbridge area, we have a brand new enterprise that's coming to our area. Right, exactly. And with that energy, I'm just going to go ahead and step away, and I'm going to allow our guest to introduce herself to you all. And we're going to just step away. And Chelsea, please go ahead and introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hello, listeners. My name's Chelsea Shea. I am the excited owner of Pure Barre Woodbridge. Pure Barre is an amazing franchise fitness brand. It's been around America for the past 20 years. This is actually our 20th anniversary. We like to consider ourselves the first bar boutique brand in America, and we are excited to be coming down that 95 corridor and bringing boutique bar fitness to Woodbridge. We are in our pre-sale. We are really excited to bring the love of bar to all of you. And we are located at Potomac Festival 1 in build out now. And we are destined to be prayerfully opened June 2021.
All right.
However, this should not prevent you from getting the party started with us. We are providing lots of classes virtually as well as in person. I'm here right now at Lake Ridge Homeowners Association's Community Center. We pop up here 4 days a week. We have classes for you, and we are excited to bring that lift, tone, and burn to Woodbridge. So thanks for having me.
well, thanks for being here, Chelsea. We're excited for this. So tell us and our listeners about what Pure Bar is, and secondly, what drove you to become an owner of this franchise?
Sure. As an owner, why Pure Barre? Why Pure Barre Woodbridge now? My past is in being a dancer, choreographer, and educator. I actually teach dance at a public school system at a charter school, and I teach children K through 8. So the fuel and love for education and the passion for movement, that's how I express myself. That's my God-given talent, and that's how I bring forth energy to those around me. And when I fell into Pure Barre myself as a client, all I wanted is I'm progressing into my late 30s. How can I feel like I'm getting that professional ballet class without having to be at the prime of my teens and 20s to be able to actually handle that? And so when I walked into Pure Barre and took a class, it's a thought of ballet. It's a little mix of Pilates, a little mix of yoga, but it stands on its own. Yes, there's ballet bars attached to the wall, but it's used for support. It's used for balance. It's used to push in and push out. It's used for resistance. There's mirrors on the wall so you can check yourself. But at the same time, it's a standalone technique. And so when I took the class and left and woke up the next morning, I said, yes, that feels just like after a professional ballet class, but without, again, having to be at that professional level. And the beauty of it was I could stand to the left of me and there was someone 3 times my age. To the right of me could be someone from a different background, but we were all loving and struggling together. And that support of community really got me excited. And so when my husband and I were talking about, what's next for us, how can we develop ourselves more? I've always wanted to open up a dance studio of some sort, but Pure Barre just seemed like a really great way as a small business owner to just learn the art of business. And so here I am today, and I'm very excited to bring forth this modal to Woodbridge.
Oh, good. So let me ask you, so this is a combination type setting. So is this something, is it high impact, low impact? Is it aerobic type? Like, do you do step classes? Like, break that down a little bit more as to what happens in a session at Pure Bar.
Sure. Pure Barre is known for low impact isometric movement. So when we think low impact, it's not getting on a treadmill and banging on your knees and your joints. It's not going to a CrossFit class where there's this high intensity. It's not your kickboxing class. Low impact means that you're able to target all the muscle group areas in that like slow, low twitch and being able to like tuck and lift and curl, but not where you're banging on your body. So that is where this technique is inclusive. Every body can literally come to this class. Health issues, diabetes, heart issues, joints, past injuries, these are covered with modifications, and that's where that boutique fitness comes into play. So we do a really good onboarding work with our clients so we get to know who you are. Our teachers are completely certified and continue to grow and understand your needs to understand the kinesthetic modifications. So although we could have a group class of 10 people, that teacher has done their own personal research and study for you. And so that when they come in, they can prep you before the class starts on, okay, for this section, I want you to do this instead of that. Or they know very well to take their mic away and prep you into a certain combination. So this is very inclusive, so everybody can get the workout and they can overcome those barriers that actually shut the door to fitness in the first place. So when you ask me about, are we doing jumping or are we, doing like a step class? Our classes are very structured, almost script-like, but the beat and the club music every class brings the diversity to each class. So you bring yourself through a warm-up. You take yourself through weight work where you lift your arms. All body parts of your arms are worked. Then it goes into a core focus. We then go to our ballet bars, if you will, and we do thigh work. And that's going to be the top of your thighs, the inner and outer. We then go to something in Pure Barre we call seat. That's your back. That's your butt. That's your hamstrings. You're working all those areas. All of us really want to either decrease or increase depending on your preference. And then we take it to the floor for core work. Get those upper abs, lower abs, abdominals, and then we do something fun at the end. It's called back dancing, and I'll let your imaginations flow with that. And then at the end, we do an amazing stretch. So, just taking you through that, you just saw we work the entire body, and that happens every class. And our corporate headquarters in California, the training team there, every quarter, every 3 months, they give us new material to learn. So it's always fresh. You're not walking into your, 24-hour fitness, studio and that same teacher's teaching the same Zumba class every time.
Right.
You're getting that diversity, and that's what makes you come back is the choreography, and the technique is so solid. First class.
Wow.
So do you guys meet people where they are? Like, if someone has never exercised before or severely overweight or have like, back issues or knee issues or joint problems, do you guys customize something? Because I did hear you say that each
Sure.
individual gets that toning and that modification. But is it something where anyone at any level? Because sometimes for myself, going through ups and downs and weight loss and exercises and stuff, sometimes I feel intimidated because other people are more fit than
Hmm.
me. And
Hmm.
you're in a group setting, so you don't want to
Right.
lag behind. How do you guys handle that?
That's something so beautiful about Pure Barre is the modifications again. So I want to highlight that, but then I also want to talk to you about that comparison because we all do it internally. And I want to tell you a little side story. So the first one is modifications. So let's just say, I'm going to turn to my side a little bit. I'm attached to the mic.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's say that we are in this position. You've got these two strong arms coming out from your elbows, and you can just pulse up and up. And this is part of our arm work. And you're really targeting your biceps, your shoulders. We educate everyone saying this is preference with, this can be without weights. Because by this part of
Mhm.
class, you're already really tired, your arms are fatigued, and that alone is killer. We also have options of 2-pound weights, 3-pound weights, and 5-pound weights for that specific section. So we encourage everyone, do you. And so through the teacher's education, through that driving force of his or her voice, you feel empowered to do what's best for you. And they always say, like, at this time, if this is feeling too much, you can drop those weights, go to hands. And I think that's the fuel for the fire. It's not about look at me, do like me. And that's huge in the fitness industry, and especially for me as a dancer. And you do want to be just like the teacher. That does not happen at Pure Barre.
Hmm.
The teacher is like the DJ. It's that driving force. It like makes you know what to do and what's about to come. And that music, like just pumping in the background, you just drive your own self. It's like that personal me time for 50 minutes. And when I want to talk about like the camaraderie, what's humbling to me, because again, when we talk about athletes or like up here, I've been there, like I understand the mindset. But when I'm in class, and for me, my seat work or my hips and my hamstring, that's my weakest personally. And
Hmm.
I think it's because I've overstretched my muscles there for flexibility. But when I'm with people and I'm like, dang, like look at them, they're doing better, like better than me. But that's just their strength or where their body is at. So each combination meets everyone where they are, and you just kind of level barometer yourself where you need to be. And for me, it's encouraging because, again, like my mom could be to the right of me and I'm like, go girl, but I'm struggling. But it just makes you realize that like everybody has been built different and we
Hmm.
have to honor that. But then that inclusive excitement of being all together really helps you do the best you can.
Wow. Well,
Good,
that's
good.
pretty. Oh, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I just have to ask then. You know, to kind of piggyback. Is there like a checklist or anything that maybe first timers coming to Pure Bar to get that experience? Like, is there a checklist, or is there something that you could suggest for new members coming for the first time?
I say for new members coming the first time, we actually have a class built as just a one-time, one-off class. We
Hmm.
call it Foundations. And we designed it in such a way that someone who has never taken bar or have never really experienced something like this before can come in. And it has more of an intro speech from our teacher to really let them understand the lingo a little bit, letting them know what to expect. And it's like an abridged version of class. Instead of 50 minutes, it kind of takes it down to like 45.
Hmm.
And we still get the same experience for them, but it's a little less intimidating because the other people with them are first timers as well. So I think that's a really great bridge to feel the security and feel the trust. And it's only needed one time. And then you can go right into our, as we call it, classic class. It's our bread and butter of Pure Barre. And it's in the format that I explained earlier. I
Hmm.
will also say we have 2 other formats. A third one we're going to drop in the spring. So we do have that full cross-training ability. So our classic class, again, targets your entire body. However, we have something called Empower, and it's a
Hmm.
glorified step class, for the lack of a better way to explain it. We have a platform we use to step up and off on, lift and lower, and it does get your heart rate up significantly more than our classic class. So for those that want that, again, it is still low impact. However, you are getting your heart rate up. And then we have another one called Reform, and that's more of our weight training or weight resistance class. Once we're in studio, we have TRX kind of bungee cord resistant bands that
Hmm.
are clipped onto the wall as well as our bar. And
Hmm.
it's your regular Pure Barre class, but you're using these to have that extra weight resistance.
Right.
So when you're looking for someone who wants that all-inclusive workout, you can get it at Pure Barre. You don't necessarily have to go to another fitness brand. You can challenge yourself through these 3 formats.
Okay, then that answers my question then, because I was going to say, it's Pure Barre for men, but when you start adding those aspects into it, then yeah, that answers my question there. Because sometimes I think and I can only speak for men. I don't know. I don't want to speak for the women. People have this misconception that if you're not really in a full blown sweat, then you're not really working out. And with everything that you've talked about, it's really full circle. But I'd be interested in knowing, like, what is your view on that concept? We think, if you're not sweating or you're not drenched, then you really didn't have a workout going.
I think that's a misconception in America in general, as our culture. The social media, the media that we see, we feel like we have to bring up that sweat, and that's men and women inclusively.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
However, as I mentioned, I think fitness gets closed on people. They make that a excuse, if you will, or they create that truth within themselves of like, oh, I have diabetes, I can't do this.
Right.
Or, oh, I have this knee injury, I can't. Or, oh, I'm a guy, that's bar, like I can't do that. But I challenge the 2 mics up listeners, bring on the men, bring your, objections to me, and let's get it started. Just give me just one class. And I think when you wake up the next morning, you're going to realize I could go here and work up my sweat and feel this in the morning, or I can come to Pure Barre, make sure my joints are catered to. I'm sustaining fitness for a full lifetime rather than a 2-week honeymoon or 6 months, which a lot of us fall into, including myself, where you just get so enthusiastic, like I got this, and then you fall off the bandwagon. And I think also too, our statistics show we're reaching a demographic of like 20, 21, all the way through 65. We're reaching that full range. And in the past 5 years, corporate has done some really cool studies, and it looks as if we're getting 2 generations now coming to class together. And I think also due to COVID, I think we're going to have more of that because we're realizing just the importance of our health. And I really think this is a great stepping stone for someone to be introduced back into health or for the first time. Wow. And for our men, I do want to say, for just the listeners here, I would like to offer a very exclusive bundle. So bring your partner to the bar, sign up for the bar, and we're going to give you a really exclusive rate just for the listeners here. And we'll drop that.
Wow.
For you guys. Wow. Okay. 2 mics up, listeners. You heard it first. You
heard it first. Well, I will say, and just in what you said, I think it would be a great idea, when you have your soft launch, I'd be honored to come down and visit, and we kind of go live from Pure Barre and let people see what's going on, see the facility, see the location. And you know what? I'm gonna put myself out there. Right. I'm about to say, I'll come down and I'll join and we'll go live, and hope I don't make a fool of myself. But yeah,
you heard it here first. Our soft opening week. Yes, we're gonna have both there. We're gonna hit it up. Yes,
we'll definitely do it together. And for those of you who may have just tuned in and missed the first half of this extraordinary conversation, we're here today with Chelsea Shea. She is the owner of Pure Barre Woodbridge, in my own backyard, right around the corner. Can't wait to go see the soft launch and visit her and visit the team. But I just want to dig in real quick, Chelsea, if you can. We talked about what else Pure Barre has to offer. How do you see Pure Barre actually impacting or playing a more positive role in the community? Because I heard you in our opening say, you're at a location in Lake Ridge. So have you been taking on, classes through, other communities in the interim? And do you see that becoming an integral part of Pure Barre here locally within the Woodbridge area?
Yes, that is my heart's desire. I want Pure Barre to be accessible to all. And I want to be able to partner with local businesses, communities, other clubhouses so that we can bring Pure Barre to you. And so I want to invite you in April. We're going to start some parking lot pop-ups at
Uh-oh.
Potomac Festival 1.
Okay.
That is a shopping center with Texas Roadhouse that's newly opened, Water's End Brewery, David's Bridal. And we are going to be popping up, letting the community come to us. Think of it as like pop-up events on Saturdays. Our rain dates are going to be Sundays the following day in April. And we're going to have some free giveaways, some fun, exciting gifts and goodies, and then also have the socialization. So again, talking about, yes, I'm in Lake Ridge today, but we want to come into your community. So please reach out to me. You know, we can't do this all with one person, with one mindset, with one understanding of one community. Together, we are Pure Barre Woodbridge, and I want to learn more about your community too. So if you have a clubhouse, you have a business, you're a small business owner, and you want to link arms, I am here because I want to make those connections. We've also been popping up into various smoothie shops. We've been popping up into different breweries and doing bar and brew on the weekends.
Nice.
So the possibilities are limitless. It's just making those genuine connections. And so I'm very open to that. And so that way people can really feel like Pure Barre is for me too, because it is. It's just we need to link arms and find each other so that
Yes.
we can make this for everybody.
I agree. I
Yeah.
really agree. A
That
lot of us take for granted our health and wellness. And you know, Lisa eloquently said in the beginning, with COVID, uh, we've got so much of this pandemic weight, and it's really great what you're doing. And it'd be our honor, you know, if you're in the neighborhood and you whatever events that you have going on, please, we'll stay in touch, and you know, we'll share those events, and we will do our best, whether it be both of us, one of us, however, just to come down and, like you said, just lock arms in the community and really work to get the word out collectively. And we want, you know, you win, we win, we all win, and that's really what it's all about at the end of the day, and that's what, you know, this platform is all about. So thank you for that, Chelsea.
and it's just very important now because we all working at home,
Mm,
right? We're
mm-hmm.
zooming, we're doing all of these things at home, and we're sedentary. And I don't want to say we. Let me speak for myself. I'm sedentary, right? So I don't have the whereas in 2019, you know, I was on the best health track of my life.
Mm,
I was down 50 something pounds, and I was very active and doing all of these things. And then the pandemic hit, and everything just blew up as far
mm-hmm.
as health and well-being. It felt like almost that didn't it went out the window because of the shock of it all. So
Right.
for people who are trying to reintroduce themselves back into their own health and fitness and well-being and with low impact, I think that that's a good idea because I've been in high impact. I've
Mm-hmm.
been in. I mean, I've done step classes. I've done Pilates. I mean, you name it. I've been in the fitness classes. So for someone who's at one time was fit and now they're not, it sounds like Pure Barre is a very good way to sustain
Mm-hmm.
long term because it sounds like something you can do at home as well.
I think you hit something too, is that consistency. It's one
Mm-hmm.
thing to walk into your gym and look at the treadmill and say, I should get on that, right? But there's not necessarily a huge motivation factor. It's intrinsic. It's just you. But at Pure Barre, you know, linking into the last question, it's community, it's your
Mm-hmm.
tribe, it's your vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're doing. You're meeting your friends at the bar and you're able to have more community connections thereafter. So a lot of things that we do are community events. So for example, later this month, we're doing a spa party with 703 Nutrition, which is a small business smoothie shop here in Woodbridge. And they sell different things for, you know, beauty and different things of that nature for self-love and self-care. And so we're partnering with them. We're bringing our clients for a spa party, but they're able to, you know, show their products to us, give us some drinks. So it's part of that too. It's not just you're going into the gym and leaving, but we have events. And I think that's what makes it more fun is, you know, you have that friend that's like, you know, 5 a.m. tomorrow, you're coming with me, right? And you have someone to join you at the bar and also someone to create new friendships with. And I think we need that more than ever is that
Yeah.
connection.
Oh, I
Yes,
agree.
coming out of the
Agreed.
house,
Mm-hmm.
getting out, you know, getting that human interaction
Correct.
again is so. is almost imperative at this point. But my question is, I do have a question. What are the classes like? What are the class times? Are they just early morning? Do we accommodate people after work or on weekends? What does the timing of the schedule look
Even
like?
more so, I'd be interested too with all that. Is there anything online, virtual, for people to participate in? If none of that's in place yet.
Great. So in our pre-sale, as we're calling it, or our pre-soft opening, we are popping up into these communities so we can have class. And we're doing them now certain days in the morning and certain days in the evening. Due to just constraints of being in build out and building our team, we don't have them as robust as we will in studio. But for our members that are already with us, we are doing about 2 to 3 mornings a week, and we have 2 classes back to back. So if you're that early riser, we have something, or if you're kind of like, I'm going to sleep in for a little bit, we have that as well. We also have after work, after school hours. Our first classes in the afternoon throughout the work week are 5:30 and another one at 7 p.m. We also have been doing some weekend pop-ups. I mentioned earlier with Waters and Brewery over at Potomac Festival 1, where we've been doing a bar and brew bi-weekly. It's really fun. You go in, you get your bar on, and then you get a brew on them. So really fun, again, for that socialization piece. We have a virtual studio component. So all of our members have 24/7 access to our live classes that also become on-demand content. So if you are not able to make it to the bar in the physical sense, you can always get your lift, tone, and burn on there. Now let's talk about in the studio. We'll be open 7 days a week, averaging 8 to 10 classes a day. So we'll probably have a 4 to 5 class run in the morning time, starting as early as 5:30 in the morning, and then starting it up again around 4:30 through the evening on the hour classes.
Wow.
Wow,
That's
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 good.
that's pretty awesome right there. And you mentioned something too. And I just want to ask, because you do a lot of children or young adults partake in Pure Bar as well. Do they come with their parents, or do you find you have uh what's the word, a high target for young adults that come to Pure Bar as well?
Yes, we're finding again that young target. So this is a workout specifically for adults. We see people as low as like 15, 16. They would just need like a minor waiver to sign from their parents. But this is very like an adult workout, an adult community. So we do find majority of our clients will be anywhere in that college age bracket up to 65, some 65 plus.
Wow.
And we do, again, have some high school students. We'd love to reach into that demographic as well. So that is who we cater. We cater adults. We cater that community and those that really just want to get that inclusive environment as well as that VIP status, because boutique, again, it's almost like individual one-on-one training in a small group environment. And then if we throw in the COVID mix, you're really getting that intimate sense because of following all of Virginia's specific restrictions, depending on the tier that we're in right now. And so if those people that are listening this is great, Chelsea, but how are you moving forth with COVID restrictions? We're being very, very cautious because, again, we're not even in our own space. We're in other people's spaces. So we're doing a really, really genuine job of just like trying to go in and we're cleaning the space. We're mopping the floors. We're wiping down the equipment with that business partner's approval because they have their own restrictions they have to go into. And we ask all of our clients to wear masks at all times, as well as our teachers. And this is really for protection of the spaces we're popping up into, because again, it's not my personal space yet. We're going to revisit that. I know masks have been left to the side for fitness at this point. Like the actual takers can take it off in their 10-foot boxes. But for us, we are going to continue with that. And we are making sure everyone is spaced 10-foot workout stations. We also make sure everyone gets a temperature check coming in. We give them hand sanitizer. We have hand sanitizer at everyone's station. We wipe down all equipment before and after class. So we're really following that. And with the governor saying, no more than 10 people at a social gathering. Fitness is a little different. There is some restrictions on, body count, but due to our spaces, once you restrict all of it, ends up being about 10 people anyway. So depending on the square footage, we're anywhere from 5 to 10 people in a class, which is so intimate. So, you're getting that personal training for a discount for sure. And we consider that we'll probably have around 10 people with the COVID restrictions in our space. Typically, we could have, pre-COVID, get anywhere from 25, 26 bodies, but with the restrictions, we're down to 10.
Wow. Just out of curiosity, just listening to that, do you find it though, as a trainer, and a dancer, like, do you find that though, like, do you feel more of a connection? I don't want to say prefer, because I mean, we all want to, we're running a business here, and, you want to make money, but do you find that you find more passion, you get more out of it when it's more of an intimate setting like that?
I believe so. I think it's been transformative for all of us. I'm a public educator in my full-time job. And so being able to service even children in a smaller capacity, we've been given such a treat. And I think it shows the validity in these environments to have that more personal connection. And we're not just passing people by anymore, that we're having those true connections. So I think it's a value proposition for everyone listening. You're getting more for your investment into your fitness and health, because you're getting that one-on-one attention. Absolutely.
Agreed.
And that's going to be at a discount, because personal trainers are very expensive.
Yeah, they
are. Okay.
So to have that leadership and to have that guidance and the motivation and that in an intimate setting is probably a treat for your clients at this time.
Yes.
All day. Well, one last question that, and I just want to make sure, I don't want to miss, I don't know if we talked about it or not, but there's a health series. And in that health series, can you just give a little bit more detail to our listeners, about the health series that Pure Barre is offering?
Sure. We are elated to have on our teacher team Mary Francis. She is a dietitian and she is a teacher on our team, but her personal practice brings value to Pure Barre Woodbridge. And we've created a Wellness Wednesday on our social media, Instagram and Facebook at Pure Barre Woodbridge. You can follow us. And it is a pure nutrition 12-week series. And each week on our virtual studio, we're dropping a little bit of a nibble video. It's about 5 minutes long, and it accompanies with a worksheet for self-development. And you're getting this, again, this kind of one-on-one interaction with Mary Francis, so you can understand your own kind of health barometer, health, temperature. Where am I in my nutrition? And it's holistic. So it's not about, oh, eat this, don't eat that. It's really bringing you to yourself and considering some things and just asking, are you doing this? Could you do more of that? How do you feel about this subject, whether it be water, fruits, the way you look at yourself in the mirror, the way you compare yourself to others. And so it's a really great way for our members to come in. They're getting the technique and the fitness portion for us, but then being able to get that nutrition, that self-reflection, so that they can take their own practice home with them and then also ask us questions. And so that's part of their membership too. We partner with Mary Francis and she's able to give us a lot of great wealth and knowledge, and people can also at a discount come to her for one-on-one nutrition counseling as well.
I might have to look into that one. I mean, and again, for my own health reasons, you talk to your doctors and things like that, and nothing against medicine, but sometimes I think having a whole holistic option also is a good way to balance your health, along with exercise and movement, which I know for myself I have not done throughout this pandemic. I think I've been more at the bar in the house than at the bar, so I need to work on that.
Everything in moderation. You can do both at the same time. It's fine.
Right. So before we close in, Chelsea, could you just let us and our listeners know, what's next, for Pure Barre Woodbridge? What outside of the soft opening, we know that's coming, but anything else that you have coming up?
Sure. As mentioned before, we're just going to keep popping up and we'll continue content for our virtual studio. So I'd like to invite you to come into one of our pop-up classes for a free class. If you just want to check us out, see what it's all about, we would love to have you. And so we're going to give you all the access to be able to book that free class. In addition to that, we want to offer you very exclusive, again, that membership offer for you at a discounted rate that no one else will get. And so we want to offer that to you and invite you in to, again, meet us at the bar.
Mhm.
And we'd also like to invite you to these parking lot pop-up classes that we'll start doing in April as it gets warmer. And all of this can be found through our website. So if you just Google Pure Barre Woodbridge, it'll pop up first. You can see our live schedule there and you can book your free class. We also have an app. So if you were to go to the App Store and just search Pure Barre, you'll see it. It's a big red circle like on my shirt, and it has like a white P, and you just download it. You can create your own username and password, search for Woodbridge, Virginia, and from there you can also book your free class, purchase a membership, and come join us.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. We will be checking you out. I will. Man, like I said, it's literally around the corner, so I'll be cruising by. I'll hit the brewery, the Roadhouse, and Pure Bar all in one shot.
Let's do it. Triathlon, let's do it.
Exactly.
And look, in that order, look.
Well, look,
Sounds good.
I'll figure out the proper order, but somewhere one of those three is going to happen. Yeah.
I
Well,
love it.
thank you so much, Lise. Anything before we go? Any closing thoughts?
I think that this is a good idea. I like the virtual. I think I love the part about you being able to see it virtually, and also to come in for the Founders Foundation class. And
Hmm.
I like that it's low impact. So I'm really excited for you, Chelsea, and excited for your endeavors. So I wish you all the best, and we'll
Thank
see
you.
you at that soft open.
Oh yeah,
Yes, you are
yeah.
invited. Let's do it.
We will make it happen. One way or the other. Like I said, if not both of us, one of us. And I will be happy to participate. Uh, just have a bucket nearby just in case if I overexert myself or anything like that. You have any technicians on site? Yeah. I'm
I will be your personal bucket holder, okay?
okay. I appreciate it. And before we go, I just want to take a second to thank our patrons of Two Mics Up, the Prince William Perspective, Lisa with the United Black Council, Riddick Entertainment, and Be Fun Technology. Today's sponsors, Next Level Keys. If you have some credit issues or you're concerned about fixing your credit, give Next Level Keys a call. And Riddick Entertainment and Events, one of Northern Virginia's best uh, entertainment and event planners here in your backyard. Check them out online. And before we go, you can always check out Two Mics Up online at www.twomicsup.com. You can follow us across our social media platforms, IG, Facebook, and Twitter at Two Mics Up. And like we always do at this time, stay safe, stay blessed. Mics out.
Mike's out.